Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, tech enthusiasts. Welcome to another existing session of our weekend tech talk series. I am with your host, Abizar Givari, and today we have a special topic that is perfect for those of you who are just starting your journey in the world of networking. Whether you are a student, an IT professional, or just someone with a keen interest in technology, you are for a treat today. We will be diving into the fundamental of MTCNA, that's MikroTik Certified Network Associate. We have a fantastic speaker with us. Musa, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Abe. Bismillah. So yeah, as what Abe have said here, inshallah, I want give you some knowledge. Um, there is an about MTCNA for beginners. So we just going to the slide. Okay, the first MTCNA for beginners. We want to know about a MikroTik first. What is a MikroTik and what is of histories about MikroTik? Okay, first MikroTik. Yeah, science at 1996. Yeah, the founder's name is Johnny Trulli and Ernest Rechtens. Yes, started with Linux and MS-DOS systems, combined with Aeronet wireless LAN (WLAN) technologies with a speed of 2 megabyte per second in Moldova. Only then did it serve 5 customers in Latvia. Because their ambitions was to create a reliable router software that could be distributed through the world. The basic principles of MikroTik is not to make a wireless ESP wise, but to make a router program that is reliable and can be run through the world until now. MikroTik has served around 400 customers. The Linux they first used was kernel 2.2, which was developed jointly with the help of 5 until 15 MikroTik router board staff who now dominate the world of routing in developing countries. Apart from staff within MikroTik, according to Arnis, they also recruit freelance workers and third parties who intensively develop MikroTik in a marathon manner. So we're gonna go to outer board type. Yeah, the types of a MikroTik actually. Type of a MikroTik is MikroTik router OS or MikroTik the hardwares like the device. Actually, MikroTik has a series. Yeah, so like they have an own name. Again, examples we can take an Utterbot type 951s. Yeah, at the 900 there is a series of a MikroTik, and 5 it's a port the Ethernet, and one is Ethernet port. Yeah, the rest it's the another port that we can use for configurations of the MikroTik. Yeah, actually, so for the MikroTik router OS in operation system intended as a network router, MikroTik OS itself is an operating systems and software that can be used to turn an ordinary computer into a reliable network router, including various features created for IP networks and wireless networks. These features include firewall and NAT routing hotspots, point-to-point tunneling protocol, DNS server, DHCP server, hotspots, and many other features. MikroTik OS is a Linux-based operating system intended as a network router, designed to suit all users. Administrations can be done via the Windows applications or Winbox. Yeah. Apart from that, installations can be done on a standard PC, personal computer. Um, the PC that will be used as a MikroTik router does not require large enough resource for standard use, for examples only as a gateway. For large load requirements, like complex network, complicated routing, it is recommended to consider selecting adequate PC resource. And the next is access a MikroTik. So how we can access MikroTik? Yeah, we had this is I just take three examples. Yeah, the one is a Winbox. Yeah, the second is SSH, and the third is a Webfig. So Winbox, it's like an applications for mm, for a config the router's board, or yeah, it's a very easier for make configurations at the Winbox, because Winbox is a small utility that allows administration of microcontroller OS using a fast and a simple GUI. It is a native Windows versions 332 binary, but can't be run on Linux and Mac OS. Using mine, a Winbox interface functions are thus as close as possible, mirroring the console functions. It is why there are no Winbox sections in the manual. Some of advanced and systems critical configurations are not possible for Winbox, like MAC address change on an interface inbox changelongs. And the second is SSH. It's like we must using or you can call it secure cell protocol. It more easier or more harder. It's depends on you, because uh, secure cell protocol is like using type at the CLI command line interface, and SSH is a cryptographic network protocol for operating network service serialized over an unsecured network. Its most notable applications are remote login and command line executions. Uh, SSH applications are based on a client-server architecture, uh, connecting an SSH client instance with an SSH server. SSH operates as a layered protocol suite comprising the principal hierarchical components. The transport layer provides server authentications, confidentiality, and integrity. The user's authentications protocols validates the users to the server, and the connections protocol multiplexes the encrypted tunnels into multiple logical communications channels. SSH was designed on Unix-like operating systems as a replacement for Telnet and for unsecured remote Unix Health Protocol, such as the Berkeley's remote cell and the related login and resex protocols, which use insecure plain text transmissions of authentication tokens. SSH was first designed in 1995 by Finnish computer scientist Tatu Ilonen. Subsequent development of the protocol side process in the several developer groups, presenting several variants of implementations. The protocol's specifications. This term has two major versions, referred to as SSH1 and SSH2. The most commonly implemented software stack is OpenSSH, released in 1999 as open source software by the OpenBSD developers. Implementations are distributed for all types of operating systems in common use, including embedded systems. And uh, for the webfig, it's we must use that at some search engines, like when we, but there is not, we must use that when we have um, an IP address on our router board first, because when you not have an IP address, we cannot use this webfig because this is very important. It's the same. We can access a MikroTik seems like the others, but webfig is a web-based virtual OS that I have said, utility which is allow you to monitor, configure, and troubleshoot the router. It is designed as an alternative of Winbox, but have a similar layouts and both have access to almost any features of router OS. It's accessibly directly from the router, which means that there is no need to install additional software except a web browser with JavaScript support. As a webfig is a platform independent, it can be used to configure router directly from various mobile devices without need of a software development for specific platform. Okay, well, we continue to the next slide. Yeah, it's still at the access MikroTik. So it's UI of the Winbox. Yeah, the left one and the right one is UI of command line interface when we use a SSH. But for me, rather I choose a Winbox because it's very cozy that I use. It's very nice and very comfortable with UI of a Winbox. So at here, as you can see, yeah, the in the UI, yeah, Winbox have the user logins, IP or MAC address, yeah, hostname, versions of OS, the hardware and a type and architectures of OS. Then we can using undo or redo that we went. I mean, when we do a something mistake, so we can undo or redo it. Then there's a menu that we can choose some configuration that we want to configure the router. We have a work area that we can do for a configure um, our router board. So, and this is the last is dashboard. The dashboard is like we can look and how much and how long we use the MikroTik. So at here we next go to the next slide. Yeah, we go to the OC layer 7. Yeah, or OC, or we can call it open system interactions model, OC model. Here is a conceptual model from the International Organization for Standardizations, or we can call it ISO, that provide a common basis for the coordinations of standards development for the purpose of systems interconnections. In the OSI reference models, the communications between systems are split into seven different abstraction layers: physical data links, network transport, sessions, presentations, and applications. The model partitions the flow of data and communication systems into seven abstraction layers, as you can see, to describe a network communications from the basic implementations of transmitting bits across communications mediums to the highest level representations of a data of a distributed applications. Its intermediate layers serve a class of functionality to the layers above it and is served by the layer below it. Classes of functionality are realized in all software development through all standardized communications protocols. Each layer in the OC model has well-defined functions, and the methods of each layer communicate and interact with those of the layers immediately above and below as appropriate. The internal protocol set, as defines RFCs and RFC in 1123, is a model of networking developed contemporarily to the OSI models and was funded primarily by the U.S. Department of Defense. It was a foundation for the development of the Internet. It assumes the presence of generic physical links and focused primarily on the software layers communications with a similar but much less rigorous structure than the OC model. In comparisons, several networking models have sought to create an actual intellectual framework for clarifying networking concepts and activities, but none have been as successful as the OC reference model in becoming the standard model for discussing and teaching networking in the field of information technology. The model allows transparent communications through equivalent exchange of protocol data units between two parties through what is known as peer-to-peer networking, also known as peer-to-peer communications. As a result, the OC reference model has not only become an important piece among professionals and non-professionals alike, but also in all networking between one or many parties, due in a large part to its commonly accepted user-friendly framework. Next, we have a type port. Yeah, type port is we have a TCP and we have a UDP. So, what is TCP and UDP? TCP is a transmission control protocol. It's a protocol at the transport layer. It is the seventh layer of the OC reference models. The histories of the TCPs is when Vince Cerf and Bob Kahn first wrote the specifications for these protocols in 1973. The internet was still a medium that was prohibited for commercial purpose. In May 1974, the IE published a paper entitled Protocol as Packet Network Interconnections. As authors of the paper, Cerf and Kahn described an interconnections protocol for sharing service by utilizing packet exchange. Between connected network nodes, the main controlling components is the models is referred to as the transmission control program, which combines both oriented connections, links, and datagram service between hosts. This monolithic transmission control program is the broken down into a modular architecture consisting of a transmission control protocol at the oriented connections layer and internet protocol at the datagram layer. Is this is models become known as a TCP IP, although formally the term used is the Internet Protocol Package. Simply, TCP is when we want to sending a package or sending some data to the another routers or another device, we must send it clearly, slowly, not like UDP. Yeah, UDP is a user datagram protocols that is not like UDP because UDP is like don't care about the data. It's like just the main point. I mean the main things. The point is the data is has already arrived. Yeah, when the TCP is not because it's one the data is safe. So we can connect. We can continue to the next is MAC address. So MAC address is media access control address is a unique identifier assigned to a network interface controller for use as a network address in communications with a network segment. This use is common in most IE 802 networking technologies encoding Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth within operating systems interconnections, oscillator model. MAC address are used in the medium access control protocol sublayer of the data link layer. As typically represented, MAC address are recognizable as six groups of two hexadecimal digits separated by hyphens, colons, or without a separator. MAC addresses are primarily assigned by device manufacturers and are therefore often referred to as the burned-in address or as an Ethernet hardware address, a hardware address, or physical address. Each address can be stored in hardware, such as the card read-only memory, or by a firmware mechanisms. Many network interface, however, support changing their MAC address. The other typicals includes a manufacturer's organizationally unique identifier. MAC addresses are formed according to the principles of two numbering space based on the extents unique identifiers managed by the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. which is replace the obsolete terms. And then we can next to the next slide. Yeah, an IP address. We have now about MAC address, so we must know about an IP address. So IP address, an internet protocol address, uh, is a number series label assigned to each device connected to computer network that uses the internet protocol for communications. IP address have two main functions: host or network interface, identifications, and location addressing. Okay, Internet Protocol version 4. It's a different defines an IP address as a 32-bit number. However, due to the growth of the internet and the depletions of available IPv4 address, a new version of IPv6 using 128 bits for IP address was standardized in 1998. The spread of IPv6 has been ongoing since mid uh, 2000s. An IP address are written and displayed in human-readable notations, such as like the example is these pictures. Yeah, 192, point 968, and then point one and point one. The IP address space is managed globally by the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority and by 5 regional Internet registers responsible in designated regions for assignment local Internet registers, such as Internet service providers and others end users. IPv4 address are distributed by IENE to rears in blocks of approximately 19.8 million address each, but have been deployed at the EANE level since 211. Only one of the rears still has supplies for local assessment in Africa. Some have before, others are reserved for private networks and are not globally unique. Then we continue again. So as this example of the certifications of when you have do examinations of microtics. Yeah, is an example of MTCNA certificate that you will get when you have a master or expert at the MTCNA. Okay, we continues against the last slide. Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks because you have listening me in the beginnings or in the middles or yeah. I'm very says thank you for you all that you have heard me at the once, and I think just that yeah for me, and I'm going. I give it back to Abe.
Okay, thank you, Musa, for your presentation. And that's wrap up today weekend tech talk session on MTCNA for beginner with Musa. I hope you have gained a valuable insight into the world of microtech and networking. A massive thank you for Musa for sharing this experience. If you enjoyed today's session, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more tech talk, and share your thought in comment below. And last, let's close with kafaratul majlis. Uh,
Subhanallah wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.
okay, that's enough from us. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.